Hi, I'm here. um, I- Let me know once again. Let me know if you can hear me. Everything seems to be working the way it's supposed to, so I'm pretty sure something's wrong because it just doesn't happen that way, right? Now let me know if you hear me. Let me know if you're out there. Say hello. I love hearing from you. Hi, Susie. You do hear me. Thank you. I'm so glad. So, wow, neat things are going on now. Um, I'm going to, you can hear me. Good. I'm glad to hear that. That means that I have everything working the way it's supposed to. And that is something new and different and interesting. And oh, wow, I'm happy. Okay, I even have a light. I got an extra light that I have shining on over here, but it doesn't seem to be making any difference at all. Oh well, that's the way it goes. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to just jump right in here. So, for those of you who are not online right now, I know I have a lot of people that watch later in the week. Hi, Candy. I got your cards. I think I sent you an email. Yeah, I did send you an email, but I did get them. So we'll be glad to see that. Um, let's see, a lot of people have been watching. Oh, it looks bright to you. Good. I'm glad. Because to me it looks really, really dark. Hi, Connie. Yeah, it looks really dark. So I'm glad it's bright for you. Anyway, okay, so a lot of people watch this after the fact. So people who are watching it later, hi. And hi to you who are watching it now. Um, I just, I look dark. See, that's where I have the light. I have the light shining on me because I always thought I did look really, especially dark. I just don't know what to do about that. I'm, hmm, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm going to tune myself out soon anyway, and focus on the screen. Uh, Neat stuff going on. Celebration's over. Boo hoo. But there will be another one. You know that. There's a catalog coming out, new catalog. That'll be coming out in not until May, but it's something that we're talking about because we get to see it. If you join my team, you would get to see it early too. So we guys get to see it early. Oh, that's what we need. We need to be able to start spending our money a little bit sooner, right? But anyway, before celebration happens and all that, there is something going on. What is this? This is Mini Winnie. I named my Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine Winifred. So she's Winnie. And this is the little one, Mini Winnie. Well, Mini Winnie is on sale. Mini Winnie and a whole bunch of bundles that fit through her are also going to be on sale. They're all 20% off. So she is now $48. And when you get her, it's just a nice little machine. It's just so cute. Sweet little thing. I like this one because I have it set on my desk and it doesn't take up a lot of room. I do have my other one set up behind me, and that one I keep back there because it is always in the way if it's on my desk. So this one stays on my desk. When you get it, you get the cutting plates with it. Everything, it works just like the regular die cutting machine. It's just smaller, more compact, easier to carry around, and not always in the way. So I'm going to use her tonight because it's what I've chosen to do tonight is the Grassy Grove bundle. Let me see if that's upside down. Gosh, it's so hard when you're looking at this on the screen because I don't know what's backwards and upside down and what's going on. Anyway, okay, Grassy Grove. Grassy Grove is a really cool stamp set. And I'm going to tell you what I like the most about it. I like this one little saying here. Hi, Carol. It says, sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. And then that someone is me. That is like my favorite of all time sayings, especially because a lot of the cards that I make so many extras of, and I end up sending them to the VA hospital in Lebanon, to their hospice area. And they, I just think that that's something nice for somebody who doesn't necessarily have anyone um, plug in for them. It's nice for them to get a card that says something nice to them. So, I just think it's a good thing. And I know that a couple of you, Susie, I know you sent some things to nursing homes. It's just a nice sentiment for that. Hey, we're thinking about you. I have a couple of those like that I really like that just say nice things like that. So anyway, this particular thing that I'm doing today has a really nice little die with it that cuts out whole, okay, it's not a little die, it's a big die. Cuts out whole like woods. And I think that's kind of cool. So what I want to do is I want to make a couple of cards. And here's what else is cool. I'm going to use the New Horizons paper, the designer series paper. And I know you all have that. I'm sure everybody who's watching this has that paper because that paper is so cool. And I know that it was a huge seller, and it still is. It's still out there. And it's the one that has all the neat backgrounds and scenery in it. And I showed you cards with that a couple of weeks ago. I showed you some cards using that that just had neat, easy cards. And let me see if I can find them here and I can show them to you real quick. Carol, we did these at your party too. These, let me hold them up here. There. These, so easy, so nice. Well, some more easy ones, different, I have for you tonight. So let's get busy. Let's see. For the first one, actually, I started a couple of these and I got them started. And I'm going to kind of just put this aside for a minute because I am going to use it, but not yet. And it's really in the way when I'm not using it. And I'm going to flip this screen to try to see if I can make this bigger because they tell me that I can. But no, that doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. Well, I guess it makes the work side a little bit bigger. Maybe. I don't know. It's more focus anyway, so that's a good thing. I think I just knocked my deer off of here because I don't see it. Okay, so for this one, what I've done is I've cut this die out of Mossy Meadow paper. I found this piece of New Horizons, and I'm going to use this one in front of this with some deer. And I lost the deer. Oh, well, I guess I'll get another one. So what I'm doing is I cut the front out first because I don't know exactly where I want to put the background. So I'm going to decide where to cut this exactly. And you know what? I kind of like it just like that. It gives me some, yeah, okay, I like that. So I'm going to just go ahead right with the this stuff out of the way. Get my cutter, my paper cutter here. And I'm going to cut it exactly to the size of this paper, and I'm going to do a background mat for it. You'll see what I mean in a sec. Okay, let's see. I'm going to cut off. Cut off a 1/2 inch. And that's ready to roll. Yeah, I need another deer, so I'm going to really quick, grab a piece of soft suede, because soft suede, I think, makes a good deer. And my soft suede, I don't have any scraps of that. Oh, yes, I do. For those of you, I know some people always ask me how I organize things. Well, or disorganize things. I have every different color of cardstock in a file folder, and I have a filing cabinet right next to me at my desk. And I have a file folder for every color. And then most of the colors, I have a separate little, let me show you crumb cake. I have a separate file folder or folder inside of it for my scraps. So whenever I'm cutting and I have scraps, the whole sheets are here and the scraps are in here. And then I can just grab this when I know I'm going to use scraps. I can just grab this and pull it out and use the scraps that I need. The soft suede, I just never put a folder in here, I guess because I didn't have a lot of scraps of soft suede, which it seems like I really don't. I don't even know if I have a scrap big enough to cut this. Oh dear. To cut the deer. Deer, yes. Speaking of which, there. Big deer, little deer, baby deer, mama deer. I know I'm going to need a couple of those, so I'm going to just keep that handy. And these scraps are not big enough for that deer, so I'm going to have to cut a new scrap. It pains me to do that, but I'm going to have to. The Mini Winnie takes pieces of cardstock about 3 inches wide. 3.5 actually, I think. Hang on to that just in case I want to do some more. So now I'm just going to quick open her up. And yes, I do call it her all the time. I have a iRobot, also a vacuum cleaner that I call Annie, and I call her all the time. Her drives my husband nuts. He always says to me, "Why do you keep calling it her? It's a machine." Well, but it's a machine with a name, and her name is Annie, so it's a her. Like this is Winnie, so Winnie has a name. Okay, we've used Winnie quickly here. And I have a couple of deer ready to go. Did you name your car? Of course, I always cut. Oh, Susie had 9 deer in the backyard. Only one missing are the bucks. Do you know what we found? Oh, two babies, cute. I found antlers out in the yard the other day, just one side. We were trying to figure out if like somebody shot a deer and left the antlers lay, which I thought was very unlikely, or if a deer, I don't know if the deer rub them off, knock them off. Do they knock them off? I'm just not sure what their process is. So, but yeah, we found one. There's the other one, the other deer. So we found this, and I just thought it was kind of cool. I'm almost thinking that for a background piece, it would be kind of neat to use the mossy meadow again. For the whole card base. Maybe not. That might not be. Oh, you know what? That's how I'm going to do it. I have a mossy meadow base. And I've been using very vanilla. I'm going to use a very vanilla piece for a mat on top of the base. So there's my base. Now I'm going to trim this down just a little bit because I don't want so much of it sticking out. And I also would like that trimmed back. Well, maybe not. I'm going to leave that the way it is. I'm just going to trim that back a tiny little bit. I'm going to glue that on here. When this paper first, or when the catalog first came out with this particular set, a lot of people just took like sunrise yellows and oranges and stuff, and then did black here and just kind of put that out. And that was pretty, but it kind of, I really, when I saw this New Horizons paper, I was like, well, that's perfect. That's exactly what needs to be there. And it really is. It's just, and I'm going to cut that down a little bit to 5 1/4. To bring it into the matting. A little bit off each side of this. And now I'm going to glue the New Horizons paper down to the mat. But then I'm going to put these, the trees up on dimensionals. Linda, they lose them each year. Oh, the deer antlers. They just lose them out in the woods. I mean, like this was just, 2 weeks ago that I found these. Is it logical that it was that recently that they would have lost them? Because I thought they lost them like at their rutting season. And I know it's not rutting season now. I don't know. I thought maybe my neighbor, but I know if he had collected them, if he had gotten a deer and he had them, he would not have let them get lost. Pretty sure. Don't know that for sure. Hi, Linda. Anyway, hi, Barb. Oh, I missed a couple of people here. Oh, and I didn't draw the name again. Here I am. See me digging? Okay, I'm holding it up. I'm pulling a name. Beth. Okay, Beth. Beth is the winner. Beth won a lot. She was just saying that. I just saw her the other day, and she was saying that. Now, don't forget, people, anybody who makes a comment on a video anytime this week. So this video, you watch this video anytime this week. So those of you who are out there watching the video 3 days later, comment and I will put your name in that thing, in that container. So you don't have to be watching right now. You can just comment anytime and I put your name in there. So Beth is the winner this time. Candy, I have hanging files for each color, but just throw my scraps in there with whole sheets. Yeah, I mean, they don't take up as much room that way. That's probably better. Like I have these folders, I have so many file folders, and you kind of start ending up just taking up more room for the folders than you do for the cards. And that gets kind of silly. Okay. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. Not at all. Okay, now I am going to take, somebody else, I saw something today that was a really good idea. Stampin' Up, and you can get this. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Stampin' Up thing. You can get this, I believe you can get this pretty much anywhere. There are sheets of adhesive, and in fact, I think I have some sticker sheets, basically, and you can stick it on like for this. You would stick it on a piece of Mossy Meadow paper and then run it through the die cutter. Then you can pull it off the back. You pull the backing off after it's cut, and this is all sticky, and then it sticks right on. And that's fine, except I want to prop this up on dimensionals. I don't want it stuck down, so that would not have been ideal. And if I could find my tweezers, I would use tweezers for these, but I can't, so I'm just going to go ahead and do them just the way they are. I cut these little pieces because I knew I was going to have a bunch of places where I was going to need little pieces. But some places it can be big. And I should be using my Take Your Pick tool to do this because that would work better, wouldn't it? Linda, I am going to do everything in my power to make it tomorrow to the gym. I have been skipping out on that way too much lately because I just can't seem to get my mornings going. So my first thought was to start doing evening classes, except guess what? The class that I want to attend is Wednesday nights. And, well, I'm kind of preoccupied Wednesday nights, and I don't really want to change this night. So I guess I'm going to try and get there tomorrow morning. Yeah, so this the Mini Winnie is on sale for $48. That's the mini cutting and embossing machine. And people who are on my team or people who have parties, people who have parties, if your party's over $450, you can get it for half price. So you can get it for $24, which is a real good deal. So that's a cool one. That's good enough. Oh wait, no, I want a little bit more because I want these trees sticking up. Because my whole point here is that I'm gonna put the deer in the middle. So this card's going to be kind of obvious with the deer and everything. It's gonna it's going to be just what you would expect it to be. But I've got a couple other ones up my sleeve that are going to be a little different, that are going to be kind of cool. You'll say, wow, that's a good idea. Okay, so that's sticking up just a little bit. And now I'm going to stick the deer back under, because, and I'm not putting them on dimensionals because I don't want them to stick up. And I'm going to put a baby deer and a mama deer. I want the trees to be up, but not the deer. So there we go. I hope to see you in the morning too, Linda. And at the library tomorrow. Tomorrow starts the Robisonia Library foray. And I'm really, my whole point in doing that was to do it for you ladies that enjoy coming to these stamping events, and I don't have a place to have them. So I thought if I could start having them in libraries, that would be great. And then, if other people want to come, fine. But you ladies are more than welcome to join. And I know a couple of you have told me you plan to. And I will be bringing some things that you've asked me to bring. I will have my embossing machine, and I will have some things with me that you can cut. And so it'll be a fun afternoon. 1 to 4 I'm going to be there. You don't have to be there the whole time that I'm there, but you can be. I will be there that time. And hopefully we can start a trend that we can start doing this the first Thursday of every month. And maybe we can even get Warnersville on the bandwagon again, that we could start doing one there too. Because I thought, if I could do one a month at one and then one a month at the other, that's twice a month. Okay, so there's it's dimensional. It's kind of cool. I like it with that New Horizons background. And on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a very generic card. I'm going to stamp it with See the Good with some very vanilla scraps. In Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to use the oval punch. Which I currently have hidden. And I'm going to just hit the edge with some green. I'm using Mossy Meadow. I'm just going to hit the edge with a little bit of Mossy Meadow too. And then I think I might cut out a little bit of maybe a leaf or something out of the Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to stick that right there in the upper corner. I just stuck my finger in the Mossy Meadow stamp pad because, well, how would a night be without me sticking my finger in ink? Of course, we all do that, don't we? Okay, I'm having a little bit of a technical difficulty here with my punches. They don't want to go back where they came from. Got it. Okay. Now we got this. We're going to stick that on there. I want a leaf. So I'm going to do this the easy way instead of getting out the die cutter. There's a new punch in this catalog. The catalog that's out right now, called the Bow Punch. It's hidden. You just don't see it. This is what it looks like. I think it's kind of cool. And very useful if you know it's there. Sometimes there's these little hidden treasures, and you have to really hunt for them or have them pointed out. You're welcome. I'm happy to point them out for you. So I'm going to take some Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to just punch out the Bow Punch. And I'm going to punch the little one too, because I think that's what I'm going to use for this, but that's a flower. Okay, so I'm only going to use the top of this. And I'll just stick that there. And that green, since the green is in the background, that doesn't look so great. So maybe we will go with, oh, I don't know. What color would go good with that? Pear Pizzazz or Granny Apple Green? Oh. Yes, Connie, it is a very masculine looking card, I think. I do like this. I just love this New Horizons paper. It's so useful. And if they don't put it back after the catalog is gone, I will be so disappointed. Or something similar. Really. I just love this paper. I've got so many packs. I ordered extra already just in anticipation of it going away, because you just never know. And I would hate to lose it and not have any, because I use it so much. Okay, yeah, 2 pieces. I'm going to take 2 pieces, put them right there, and put that there. Okay, that will work, but I got to cut this off because it's just too big as it is. Okay, so this is a masculine card. It really is. Wait till you see the next one. The next one is going to be totally opposite. A total feminine card, believe it or not, out of this set. And I think this is really a cool little idea. Just wait till you see it. You're going to lose it. Okay. Unfortunately, this bundle is not one of the ones that are on sale, but a lot of our other bundles will be on sale for 20% off. So there's some good deals to be had with that. Okay, there you go. That's that one. It says see the good right now, so that's just a very generic card, but imagine the neat things you could do with that. You can say some really cool things. And what I'm going to do is, before I close this one out, I will take a piece of my paper that I always use, and I'm going to take a piece of just a scrap of this that I just, or maybe not, because I don't know what happened to all the scraps that I just used for this. I did just cut some off of there. Okay, well, I'll take this and I will cut a piece about a 1/2 inch, and I will put that here. 6 by 5 1/4. You know, I always like to make the inside look a little bit pretty, a little bit fancy. So here's the fancy. Linda loves it. Thank you. I'm glad you do. Give me some hearts. Show me some love. If you like it, if you love it. Oh boy, I've been trying to get some more interest in my Facebook page. So I did some Facebook advertising. So in case any of you have gotten a lot of harassment from Facebook about Nitty P stamping, that would be why. But I'm trying to draw some interest and get some more people. And I have right now 82 people are following me. I'm pretty sure all of you are. But if I get it up to 100 following me, then I get more information from Facebook, which would be nice because the information that I would get would tell me who. It's some analytical information. Who's looking, who's watching, what keeps them there, things like that. It would be very helpful information to have. So share this page if you know anybody at all that might like it. Share it. Also, tell them I am now on YouTube. If you have people that you know that don't do Facebook, I am on YouTube. They can just go out there and look for my page, which is Nettie P Stamping. And yep, I have a YouTube page. This video right now is being recorded and it's going out to YouTube. Actually, it's live on YouTube right now, but I can't see any YouTube comments, unfortunately. So I'm not even sure who's watching, out there. But thank you for watching here. and let's see, the feminine one. And this one is different. This one is kind of cool. What I did is they're all kind of cool, but I took all the I looked for a bunch of pinks and oranges and yellows and bright colors out there. And this is what I came up with. I decided I'm going to use this sheet, which has a lot of yellows and pinks in it for the background. And then I cut this sheet out of pink. And then I took this is from the Christmas set, the deer builder that has the deer moving, this one. And I stamped it, and I actually started out stamping it in green, that he's kind of moving. But then, I don't know, I liked the pink better since the whole rest of it's pink. And then I had his antlers, and I was going to put them on, but I just like it the way it is. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this sucker together just like this, and it's going to be a card for a little girl. I thought if I could somehow make it look like a unicorn, that would be very cool, but I really don't know how to do that. So maybe somebody out there watching does and could give me some pointers, but I just like it the way it is. So what I'm doing here, same as I did the last one, I'm going to use a mat of Very Vanilla. I'm going to glue this pink and yellow piece onto the mat. I am taking this piece and I'm going to pop this up some on dimensionals again. And I don't think I'm going to worry too much about putting so many of them on this time. It kind of looks cool on this side too. Maybe for the next card. And I guess what I'm really doing here is just showing you that, you have this New Visions paper or New Horizons paper. There are so many things. Like, don't limit yourself to just those one simple cards that I showed you. There are so many things you can do with that paper. It's so cute and so neat. It has so many. It's so versatile. And it can be guy cards, it can be girl cards, it can pretty much can even be kid cards. Like this one's going to be, I don't know why I think this just looks like it belongs to a little girl. I saw a woman who had done, and this one I actually saw on Pinterest. She had done one and she put her background on one piece and she cut out the front. It was really, really very pretty. I'll show you what I mean in a second when I can have my, I gotta cut this off. The dimensionals are sticking out. I really don't like when that happens. Okay, let me get my base. Wow, I screwed that up. That should have gone down further. Oh well, I guess it really doesn't matter. And then my deer, he's also going to be on dimensionals. Okay. Then I don't know. I think that's just going to stay the way it is, and I'll put a happy birthday on it. Up here, or no, thank you. See the, let's see, what can we put up there? Yeah, we'll do a happy birthday up there. You hear a girl talking? Really, Linda? Not me, huh? Well, it's not my dog. She's not here. She's downstairs. Up, she's coming up now. John has the TV on, but I don't hear any girls talking there, so I don't know what that could be. Maybe somebody else's machines are cutting in. Isn't that weird? Okay, I'm going to use polished pink since I have everything else pink. And I'm just going to stamp happy birthday on this. And I'm going to flag the ends, or no, I will do that. Oh dear, you got a fuzzball stuck on there. So what do you think? Do you think this works for a little girl? I don't know. I mean, as much as the other one was a guy card, I think this is a good. Yeah. Oh, Susie, I love that. I think she says she keeps thinking about her niece and granddaughter who both hunt deer with pink colored rifles. Now that is cool. See, that would be a perfect card for them. Look at that. Okay. there you go. Same thing. I'm going to do the, just do the inside with my plain paper, and I'll put a piece of that down there for, or this one could use a ribbon since it is for a girl. I have one more quick one. What I did here, I took, and I probably should have done this, but I didn't want to take up all your time doing this, but I took the one stamp. It is this one that looks like brass and stuff, and I stamped it on, I actually stamped it on watercolor paper, and I just want to quick show you. I used Pear Pizzazz for this, I believe, or Granny Apple Green. No, it's Pear Pizzazz. Yes. Now, I love to do watercolor things, so this is just my thing that I like to do, and I think you would have fun with it if you try it. But I bring in a little bit of water here, blend this all together. It works better on watercolor paper, but I'm just going to do it here just to show you what I'm talking about. I just blend this all, you know, make it look a little steamy or misty, I guess you would call it. Then I take some colors, like take Poppy Parade, press on the ink pad. That didn't work. Press on the ink pad like that. Still didn't work. I must not have a lot of juice on this ink pad. It should work if the ink pad's juicy. I need to re-ink this one, I guess. Okay, I'll get another color. Let's try Melon Mambo. What I'm trying to do is squeeze a little bit of ink into the lid. Now that one I got a little tiny, tiny bit. And just enough to get it on my water. There. Okay, I didn't even have to do that. I can use the Poppy Parade just that way. Just get a little on the edge of the aqua painter. So you're seeing what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to get some watercolor paint colors here, and I'm going to do a yellow yet. And then after I'm all done with this, you're going to see the one that I've already finished, and wanted to do it so that you wouldn't have to wait through while I did it, which I just did anyway. So that made no sense at all. But okay. So then I took this die. Okay, so you have this. I took the die and I cut it out, and I ended up with this, which I am now going to take and do pretty much the same as I have been doing all along. I'm going to take a very vanilla matte, a very vanilla base, and I'm going to cut this piece of okay, let's see. cut off a piece of that. Except for this one, what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to cut my background piece out of Very Vanilla. So I'm going to cut this right here like this, okay? This one I did not do ahead of time for no particular reason, really. I think I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do here. But because that's watercolor, I don't know. I'm kind of just thinking that I might be able to do something with this piece. Ooh, okay, I'll have to mess with that to get it apart. Put that out of the way. All these pieces. There's a lot of pieces in here, which I will try to get out. Oh, that's not the point. I don't know where my there's my tweezers. Okay. Sometimes you want to go back over these twice. I should have with this one to get it out quicker, but I didn't. Okay, now what I'm thinking of doing with this, and I hope this is going to work okay, is I want to take this piece, put it here, put this piece over top, and then set this piece in the front. And yes, that is going to look very pretty. Don't you think? I just have to cut this piece off a little bit more because I want it to go completely over it. And I guess I have to put that up a little bit on dimensionals. The only other thing that I'm thinking I could do is go over this with blender brushes and just kind of put a little color on it. But I don't know if I don't really think that's necessary. I think that looks kind of pretty like that. So I think I'm just going to let it alone. Okay, a little glue on here. Glue on here. And this is the one that I want to use the nice saying on. Okay, so what I was telling you about earlier about this one I saw on Facebook, she actually cut this out of the front of the card. So, okay, like this would be the front of the card. She cut this out of the front. She put this on as the background. So now we're going to go like this. This is the front. This is the background. Then she took, this is the front. This is the background. She took, this is a whole piece. Okay. She took a piece 5 inches by 2.5 inches and folded it in a W to make it an easel. So it's going to sit like this. It's going to sit like this, and it's going to be 3-dimensional. And that was really pretty. That was very pretty. I'd have to play with that a little bit to figure out exactly how to get that to set the way it should. But I thought, wow, what a good idea that was. And she used all white for the card and a dark background. So it was very dramatic looking, very pretty. So I will probably have to play with that. Idea and see if I can get that working too. So we're just about done here. I'm going to wrap it up. I keep trying to keep these to an hour. So I'm going to wrap it up in a minute or two. And put this on here. This is going up on dimensionals too. And I know I'm going to see a couple of you at the library tomorrow. I'm really kind of looking forward to that. You can come in and park around the back, because I believe we'll be in the back of the library actually. So instead of coming in on the street, go around to the back where the parking lot is and pull in there. And I think I'm going to be in that big room. There's a big room in the back. You can probably go through the library to get to it too. But either way, it's a nice big room. Lots of table space and chairs. Like I said, I'll have my die cutter there, and I'll take, I know Linda wants the windmill dies, so I'll have those with me, and I'll have a couple other sets that people have inquired about. If anybody else wants anything, wants me to bring anything, let me know. And that one was a little rushed, so I think I got it crooked. But no, it looks pretty good. And it is going to, this is going to be one that will say, sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. That someone is me. Except it's crooked, and boy, that annoys me. Well, when I put the message on, I bet that's going to not look so crooked. And I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz to do that. Okay, I'm glad you liked them all. And I hope to see some of you tomorrow. And anybody that I don't see tomorrow, I will see. Oh, I'm going to see some of you on Saturday. And then I'm going to see the rest of you next week. I'm going to cut out now. You know where I'm going with this. I'm going to put this, sometimes you need to know that someone really cares up in here. Same way I did this happy birthday. So, but I like these two too, very, very much. 2 very different cards made pretty much the same. I always like to do that. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. And see you next week, if not before. Good night.